Ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the show tonight. Let me close this door. Ladies and gentlemen. Hate this door being open. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the CE show tonight, and tonight is the day I do my Super Bowl preview. We all been waiting for this for a long time, and now it's finally here. My 2017, 18, whatever, 52, Super Bowl 52, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I guess it is 2000. Anyway, Super Bowl 52. Alright, so obviously, if you've been watching the channel for the whole season, so September, whatever, even my last video I made 2 weeks ago, you know I'm an Eagles fan, okay? You know I want the Eagles to win. Da-da-da, da-da-da. But I am here, I am a professional here on the show. I'm not a fanboy. You know, I'm not a fanboy. I'm here to be a professional. Why waste my time making a show if you know I'm an Eagles fan and you know I'm rooting for the Eagles? So, this is a professional thoughts, you know? This is not a fanboy. You know, this is a professional. That's a professional what I think is going to happen with this game. Not as an Eagles fan, but as an NFL fan. It's a professional. Okay, let's look here. Let's go through the mismatches, through the matchups. All right, so who has the quarterback advantage? Five-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady versus Nick Foles, who's really only started 2 years in his life. This year and back in 2013. 27-2 with touchdowns, interceptions back in 2013. And this year takes over in week 15 after wins on his way to being the MVP of the league, breaks his leg. He takes over, looks like shit, ends up going 2-1, beats New York, beats the Raiders, loses to the Cowboys, although he didn't even get to play that whole game. Then turns it on the playoffs, beats the Falcons, and then completely dominates the Vikings and goes on to the Super Bowl. Other than that, he has done not anything. This man, Tom Brady, has been in the league since 2001. Played 7 Super Bowls, won 5 of them. He's most likely going to be the league MVP. You know, who has the advantage? Obviously, Tom Brady and the Patriots. New England have the advantage. New England Patriots. All right, let's look at the secondaries. Gilmore and what is that other guy's name? Malcolm Butler versus the Eagles. They have Jalen Mills. They have Donald Darby and Jalen Mills. Who has the advantage? By the way, Malcolm Butler is number 21, the one who intercepted the football in that Seattle game where they were on the 2-yard line. Instead of running it with Lynch, they threw it with Wilson, and he's the one that intercepted it. I believe New England has the advantage with Gilmore and Butler in the secondary as well. I think the Eagles, the only player they truly have in that secondary that can do something against their safety, Malcolm Jenkins. But, you know, I think it's more of the 2 corners, you know, that's what you really look at here. The secondary, you know, those guys are, you know, slash corner, slash linebackers, you know. It depends, you know, what they want them to do, you know. Sometimes they're playing more as corners and helping out the corners, or sometimes they're playing out more as linebackers and helping, you know, maybe put pressure on the quarterback. It depends. And if you look at Malcolm Jenkins, he's actually played a little bit of linebacker this year, believe it or not. So I'm really focusing more on the outside corners, you know, Gilmore and Butler, and then on our side, Darby and Mills. I believe they have the advantage with the secondary, especially with Butler already playing in his 3rd Super Bowl. All right, let's look at the defensive lines. I think the defensive line, without question, the Eagles have the advantage. There is no question. I think that is the strength, that is the most advantage the Eagles have in this game with their defensive line. With Cox, Jernigan, Curry, you know, Chris Long. You know, I think the Eagles have, there's no question about it, have the advantage there. Now let's look at the wide receivers. Who has the advantage with the wide receivers? I think it's pretty even. I think you look at Brandon Cooks, Danny Amendola, Hogan. And let's look at obviously Gronkowski. And then let's look at the Eagles. They got Zach Ertz, who is not too behind to Gronkowski level, believe it or not. Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar and Torrey Smith. I guess you could say that Patriots may take the advantage a little bit, especially because of experience. Danny Amendola and Hogan and Gronkowski have been in the Super Bowl, where neither of the Eagles players have. Okay, so I'll give the New England that advantage. And then running backs, let's look at running backs. Who has the advantage there? I think the Eagles win the advantage without question, having LeGarrette Blount and Jay Ajayi. You going back to LeGarrette Blount playing for New England last year, he knows some of the signals. I don't know if that'll make a difference. You know, he practices versus that defense last year every weekly. I think the Eagles have the advantage with the defense. With the running backs. I think that's it, right? Offensive line, I think they're kind of even. I think the Eagles win the advantage from the offensive line. I think they do, but not by much. Kickers, I think it's pretty even, to be honest, too. To be honest, it's pretty kicker. Although Eagles is a rookie, he's a pretty good kicker. But he could get nervous. So you could think New England's kicker, being a veteran, could have the advantage. Coaches, we all know who has the advantage. 7 Super Bowls, 5 wins, to a second-year coach and Doug Peterson. We know how they have the advantage there. So you look at this. So you look at this shit, and you look at the Eagles, and the only 2 places where they have the advantage are at the running backs with LeGarrette Blount and Jay Ajayi, and at the defensive line. Everything else, either New England has the advantage or they're evenly matched, you know. So, and the experience obviously goes to New England too. So, as a professional, you have to say, as a professional, or if you're going to bet money on this, you have to say New England's going to win this shit. They have the experience. They have the best quarterback. They have the best coach. I think they have the best secondary. Wide receivers, they're pretty even out. Other than, you know, the Eagles, other than the offensive line, maybe the defensive line, and the running backs. I mean, obviously the Eagles have some players, obviously you made it to the Super Bowl, But I think New England's going to win this, to be honest, as it pains me. I really do. Are you really not gonna go with New England? With New England having 2 weeks to prepare for Nick Foles, who other than last week versus Minnesota, for most of his time has been a short pass, 10-15 yards. You cannot bet against that. You can't bet against Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, 5 Super Bowls and 7 appearances. I just can't. I just cannot. I would love for my Eagles as a fan to win this shit, but I just can't, ladies and gentlemen. Mother, I just cannot. You cannot bet against this. It's just, I'm trying to see ways for which the Eagles could win as a fan, but as a professional, you have to give it to New England. You just have to. So I'm gonna say New England win this thing. I'm going to say it's going to be a close game, as all the 7 New England Super Bowls, whether they won or lost, have been close. So I'm going to say we have ourselves a close game. I'm going to say the final score, New England winning, will be 27-21, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how Nick Foles Other than that, well, he had that New York game that first time around, but that doesn't really count. That defense sucks ass. But and a lot of their players were shut down because they had nothing to play for. But I mean, other than that, the Vikings game was supposedly versus the #1 defense in the league. Nick Foles has not done too much. I believe he only put 19 versus the Raiders, 0 versus the Cowboys, and 15 versus the Falcons. So, other than that last week, 2 weeks ago, in the NFC Championship game versus the Vikings, he put up 31, because there was an interception brought back to a touchdown by the secondary. So, he put up 31. Other than that, he has not done much. And you're going to give New England, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, not Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Prachiska, the defensive coordinator, 2 weeks to prepare for possibly just 10-15 dink and dunk quarterback, 10 or 15 yards here, 10, 15 yards here. I just don't think they have enough. If it was wins, he would be more of a handful. I think it's pretty easy in 2 weeks for the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick and Prachiska to get a game plan together to stop Nick Foles from just dink and dunking 10, 15 yards. It pains me. I'm going to go with New England winning this game 27-21. This is more, like I said, this is me as a professional. I'm going with New England 27-21. I'm very sorry, but that's just what I think as a professional. I am very sorry. Obviously, I'll be reading the hell out of my Eagles, but as a professional, you just look at it and you have to go with New England. Let me know down below who do you have winning. Let me know down below, and be a professional, be honest. I know Chicken Wings, you were telling me you're rooting for the Eagles just because you hate the Patriots because you're a Miami fan. But as a professional, Chicken Wings, Marty, Ronald, Bill Patterson, Larry. Although Larry, I don't know what's wrong with him lately. He used to be a Falcons fan, now he's a Patriots fan. I don't know what the hell's happening with Larry. Let me know down below, honestly. Who do you think's gonna win this game? Let me know. Anyways, until next time, I am the man that runs the place. I am CE. I am the man that runs the place. And until next time, I will see you later. Tomorrow, I don't understand what you guys want me to do. You guys are telling me to do like a menu for the Super Bowl for like food? Mother chicken and a waffle show. You guys, like, what the hell? I don't get that. Like, you guys want me to give you a menu, like what to eat? Let me know. I'm a little bit confused. But until next time, I'm the man that runs the place, and I will see you later. As I'm shitting in my pants, less than 2 days away from the Super Bowl. Later.